Discovering the strength within your mind is like finding a hidden treasure. It's the secret source that fuels your journey through life, guiding you through even the darkest of days. Picture this. When life throws its toughest challenges your way, it's your mental fortitude that stands as your unwavering shield. It's what empowers you to confront obstacles head-on, to chase after your dreams with unyielding determination. But here's the kicker. Sometimes our natural talents and skills just aren't enough. That's where mental strength swoops in to save the day. Imagine this journey, delving into the profound teachings of Buddhism, uncovering 10 habits that could be weakening your mind. It's a transformative expedition, paving the way for a stronger, more resilient you. So let's embark on this voyage together. Let's embrace these teachings, allowing them to shape us into warriors of the mind. With each step, we'll fortify our spirits, ready to bounce back from life's toughest trials stronger than ever before. Habit number 1, having a negative mindset. Imagine your mind as a sky, and negativity is like a dark cloud blocking the radiant sun of our inner joy. It's a habit that weakens us, casting shadows of sadness and despair over everything in our lives. When we only see the bad, we miss out on the beauty around us, like viewing the world through tinted glasses that dim even the most beautiful moments. Constant negative thinking leads us to believe that success and happiness are out of reach, creating a cycle of negativity that influences our actions and decisions. We become too afraid to take risks or embrace new opportunities because we've convinced ourselves they'll end in failure. But there's a way out of this dark mindset. Buddhism teaches us mindfulness, the art of observing our thoughts without judgment. Instead of letting negativity consume us, we can acknowledge those thoughts and shift our focus to the positive aspects of life. It's like brushing away the clouds to reveal the sunshine within. Buddhism also introduces us to loving kindness meditation, where we cultivate warmth and positivity towards ourselves and others. By practicing these teachings, we can break free from the grip of negativity and let the light of happiness and success shine through. Through consistent practice of loving kindness meditation, metta, we begin to transform our mindset from negativity to one filled with compassion and positivity. Buddhism's principle of impermanence reminds us that everything, including tough times, will eventually change, just as the good times do. Armed with this understanding, we approach challenges with greater resilience, knowing that difficulties are temporary. By embracing these profound Buddhist teachings, we liberate ourselves from the shackles of negativity. Instead, we cultivate a mindset that is both positive and resilient, empowering us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength. Please feel free to type wisdom in the comment section if this message resonates with your spirit. Your participation extends the reach of this message, touching more lives and spreading the message of faith and hope. Stay with us until the end of this video. Open your heart and be ready to receive the uplifting power of this video. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications to stay updated with more content that nourishes the soul and uplifts the spirit. Habit number 2, complaining about things outside your control. Constantly complaining about things beyond our control is akin to clutching onto a burning coal. It only inflicts pain upon ourselves. This habit weakens our mental resilience by fixating our attention on what's wrong instead of seeking solutions. It's akin to sinking into quicksand. The more we complain, the deeper we descend into negativity. Buddhism offers insight into why this habit drains our mental strength and how we can liberate ourselves from its grasp. When we complain, we often overlook the principle of impermanence, a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. Impermanence teaches us that everything is in a state of flux. Complaining leads us to believe that circumstances will never improve, trapping us in a cycle of discontent. To overcome the habit of complaining, we can embrace acceptance. Acceptance involves recognizing that life is filled with both highs and lows, and not everything is within our control. It's akin to learning to dance in the rain instead of lamenting the storm. By cultivating acceptance, we shift our focus from dwelling on problems to adapting and finding joy despite life's challenges. Embracing acceptance, as taught in Buddhism, is like lifting a heavy weight off our shoulders. It frees us from the constant burden of complaining about things we cannot change. Instead, Buddhism encourages us to direct our energy towards what we can control, akin to steering a boat in a storm. While we can't alter the weather, we can navigate our path by taking action where we have influence. This shift from passive complaining to active problem solving is pivotal. Buddhism teaches us the art of letting go, akin to releasing a balloon into the sky. By relinquishing unnecessary burdens, we feel lighter and create space for positive change. Letting go doesn't signify surrender. It means releasing our grip on complaints and welcoming opportunities for growth. Incorporating these Buddhist principles into our lives enables us to confront challenges with a balanced mindset. We acknowledge the impermanence of situations and concentrate our efforts where we can effect change. By doing so, we break free from the chains of complaints and nurture a mental resilience that propels us forward, even amidst adversity. Habit number 3, not expressing yourself. Keeping your thoughts and feelings locked up inside is like having a treasure chest, but never unlocking it. This habit weakens our minds because it prevents us from sharing our innermost thoughts and ideas with the world. It's akin to stumbling through a dark room without switching on the light. Things become confusing and overwhelming. Buddhism sheds light on why this habit diminishes our mental strength and how we can break free from its constraints. Authentic self-expression is highly valued in Buddhism, as it lays the groundwork for mental well-being. When we suppress our thoughts and emotions, it's like shaking a fizzy drink bottle. The pressure builds until it bursts, often leading to stress, anxiety, or feeling overwhelmed. The practice of right speech in Buddhism encourages us to communicate truthfully, kindly, and mindfully. It's akin to sowing seeds of positivity. Our words can blossom into a garden of understanding and connection. By aligning our speech with these principles, we forge genuine connections with others, nurturing authentic relationships. To overcome the habit of not expressing oneself, mindfulness serves as a powerful tool. By staying present and aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can break free from the constraints of silence and cultivate meaningful connections with ourselves and others. Mindfulness acts like a mirror, reflecting our thoughts and bringing awareness to our feelings. By staying present in the moment, we can observe our thoughts without judgment, allowing us to express ourselves with clarity and compassion. Expression goes beyond mere words. It encompasses non-verbal communication like body language and gestures. These silent signals form a secret language, conveying our emotions and thoughts even when we're silent. By tuning into our non-verbal cues, we enhance our ability to authentically express ourselves. Integrating these Buddhist teachings into our lives teaches us that genuine expression not only frees us, but also contributes to the well-being of those around us. It's akin to opening a window to let fresh air in. Expressing ourselves allows the light of understanding and connection to illuminate our mental space. In breaking free from the habit of suppressing our expression, we embark on a journey toward authenticity. This journey builds a resilient and empowered mind, fostering genuine connections and a deeper sense of self. Habit number 4, blaming others for your problems. Pointing fingers at others for our problems is akin to attempting to run a race while carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. It weighs us down and impedes our progress. This habit erodes our mental strength by stripping away our sense of agency. It's akin to relinquishing control of the steering wheel of our own lives to someone else. Buddhism sheds light on why this habit renders us mentally weak and offers guidance on how to break free from the cycle of blame. The concept of karma in Buddhism teaches us that our actions have consequences. Blaming others disregards this fundamental law. It's like denying our role in shaping the course of our lives. When we engage in blame, we become mere spectators in our own journey, instead of active participants. Taking personal responsibility is about acknowledging our role in creating our circumstances. It's about recognizing that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond and the actions we take moving forward. Recognizing that we hold the power to shape our own experiences is akin to being the captain of our own ship. Though storms may arise, we have the ability to navigate through them. Blaming others suggests a lack of control, but in reality, we possess the power to make positive choices. By embracing the understanding that our actions matter, We empower ourselves to take charge of our lives. Forgiveness plays a pivotal role in overcoming the habit of blame. It's not about condoning others' actions, but rather freeing ourselves from the weight of resentment. Forgiveness is like shedding a heavy backpack. We feel lighter and more liberated. Mindfulness, a cornerstone of Buddhism, helps us become aware of our thoughts and actions. It's akin to illuminating a dark path. We can see where we're heading. With mindfulness, we can catch ourselves before succumbing to blame and choose a more empowering response. This shift from blame to personal responsibility is like trading the rocks in our backpack for wings that allow us to soar. Incorporating these Buddhist teachings into our lives invites us to step into our power and take control of our journey. Breaking free from the blame game isn't just about holding others accountable. It's about recognizing our own agency and ability to cultivate a positive and resilient mindset. By steering away from blame and embracing personal responsibility, we embark on a journey towards mental strength and self-empowerment. Habit number 5, fantasizing instead of visualizing. Indulging in fantasies instead of visualization is akin to constructing castles in the air, visually stunning but lacking a solid foundation. This habit undermines our mental strength by disconnecting us from the reality of the present moment. It's akin to chasing mirages in a desert where the oasis we yearn for remains elusive. Buddhism offers wisdom on why this habit diminishes our mental resilience and how we can transition from fantasies to visualization for a more grounded and positive mindset. Fantasies often revolve around unrealistic scenarios and wishful thinking, akin to expecting a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, a delightful notion but divorced from reality. When we become entangled in fantasies, it's akin to daydreaming while neglecting the beauty of the present moment. This habit weakens us because it sets us up for disappointment. When reality doesn't match our imagined scenarios, visualization offers a grounded approach by creating mental images of achievable goals. It's akin to having a treasure map, guiding us towards our aspirations. Buddhism stresses the significance of right intention and action, which align perfectly with visualizing positive outcomes and taking practical steps towards achieving them. By rooting our aspirations in reality, we bridge the gap between dreams and attainable goals. Buddhism's teachings on impermanence remind us that change is inevitable. Fantasies often involve clinging to a fixed idea of the future, while visualization adapts to life's ever-shifting landscape. It's like riding a wave flowing with life's currents instead of trying to cling to the shore. To overcome the habit of fantasizing, mindfulness becomes invaluable. It's like putting on glasses that help us see the present clearly, allowing us to gently guide our thoughts towards positive and realistic visualization. Mindfulness enables us to cherish the beauty of the present moment while actively pursuing our goals. Incorporating these teachings encourages us to transition from fantasies to visualization, cultivating a more positive and grounded mindset. By embracing impermanence, right intention, and mindfulness, we liberate ourselves from constructing castles in the air. Visualization becomes a potent ally, helping us manifest positive realities and navigate life's journey with purpose and resilience. Habit number 6, not making time for personal relationships. Neglecting personal relationships is akin to having a garden, but forgetting to water the plants. Over time, everything withers away. This habit undermines our mental well-being because humans thrive on social connections. Meaningful relationships bring us joy and support. It's like trying to sail a boat without wind. We may move, but it's a slow and lonely journey. Buddhism sheds light on why neglecting personal relationships weakens us mentally and offers guidance on how to nurture stronger connections through the gift of time. Ignoring personal connections is akin to shutting the door to a warm and welcoming home. We miss out on the comfort and support that relationships provide. When we fail to prioritize our loved ones, it's like neglecting a garden. Misunderstandings and distance begin to grow like weeds, weakening our minds as we feel isolated without the nourishment of love and companionship. Building and maintaining relationships requires time and effort, much like tending to a garden to make it flourish. To overcome the habit of neglecting personal relationships, we can start by being present. Presence acts like sunshine for relationships, helping them thrive. When we invest quality time with our loved ones, it's akin to watering the plants regularly. It nurtures the bonds and strengthens our connection. Communication is another crucial aspect of nurturing relationships. It's like the wind that fills the sails of a boat, propelling us forward. Taking the time to listen and share our thoughts and feelings is akin to the water that keeps the garden of relationships vibrant and alive. By being open and communicative, we foster understanding and deepen our connections. Buddhism encourages us to embrace the impermanence of life, including the time we share with our loved ones. It's akin to savoring a delicious meal. We appreciate it more when we realize it won't last forever. Understanding the fleeting nature of time motivates us to prioritize relationships and invest the gift of our time in those we care about. Incorporating these teachings into our lives reminds us that personal relationships are like threads that weave the fabric of our well-being. By making time for our loved ones, we cultivate a support system that strengthens our minds and enriches our lives. Breaking free from the habit of neglecting personal relationships allows us to navigate life's journey with companions by our side, making the voyage more joyful and fulfilling. Habit number 7, letting your emotions rule you. Allowing emotions to rule us is akin to being swept away by a strong river current. We lose control and direction. This habit weakens our minds because unchecked emotions can overwhelm us and lead us astray. It's like being caught in a storm without a compass. We risk getting lost in the turbulence. Buddhism offers guidance on why this habit undermines our mental strength and how we can cultivate emotional intelligence to navigate the currents of our feelings. Mindfulness, a cornerstone of Buddhism, encourages us to observe our emotions without being swept away by them. It's akin to standing on the riverbank and watching the water flow. We can witness our emotions without being pulled under. When we allow our emotions to rule us, it's akin to being caught in a storm without an anchor. We get tossed around, making it challenging to find our way. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing, understanding, and managing our own emotions, as well as empathizing with the emotions of others. It's like having a compass in the storm. It guides us through challenges and helps us maintain a steady course. Letting our emotions control us is akin to handing over the steering wheel to a turbulent force, risking getting lost in the chaos. To overcome this habit, mindfulness becomes a valuable ally. Mindfulness is like a sturdy boat. It helps us navigate through the waves without capsizing. By being present in the moment and observing our emotions with curiosity and non-judgment, we gain the ability to respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate a balanced mind through practices like loving-kindness meditation. It's akin to planting seeds of compassion in our hearts, which blossom into a garden that enables us to respond to emotions with kindness, both towards ourselves and others. By embracing emotional intelligence, we develop a skill set that empowers us to understand, navigate, and learn from our emotions. Incorporating these teachings into our lives helps us break free from the habit of letting emotions rule us. Instead of being at the mercy of emotional storms, we become captains of our emotional ships, steering with mindfulness and compassion. By cultivating emotional intelligence, we navigate the seas of feelings with resilience, maintaining a steady course towards mental strength and well-being. Habit number 8, trying to control everything. Trying to control everything is akin to juggling too many balls. It's exhausting, and eventually we might drop them all. This habit weakens our minds because it sets us up for frustration and disappointment. It's like attempting to catch the wind, impossible and frustrating. Buddhism offers guidance on why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can find empowerment in the paradox of surrendering control. In Buddhism, the concept of non-attachment teaches us to let go of the illusion of control. It's like realizing we can't hold on to the clouds. They are always changing and shifting. When we try to control everything, it's like trying to hold on to water. It slips through our fingers, leaving us feeling powerless. Surrendering control doesn't equate to giving up. Instead, it involves recognizing the limits of our influence. It's like planting seeds in a garden. We nurture them, but we can't control the weather. The weather may bring rain or shine, but our role is to tend to the garden with care. When we accept that some things are beyond our control, we free ourselves from constant struggle, much like releasing a tightly clenched fist. To overcome the habit of trying to control everything, mindfulness becomes our ally. Mindfulness is like a steady anchor. It keeps us grounded in the present moment. By focusing on what we can influence and letting go of the rest, we navigate the seas of uncertainty with grace and resilience. Buddhism encourages us to embrace the paradox that surrendering control leads to true empowerment. It's like realizing that by loosening our grip, we gain the strength to face life's challenges. When we surrender the need to control, it's like opening our hands to receive what life has to offer, rather than clinging to our preconceived notions. Incorporating these teachings into our lives invites us to release the burden of trying to control everything. By surrendering the illusion of control, we paradoxically find empowerment, like a sail catching the wind, propelling us forward with a sense of freedom. Breaking free from the habit of micromanaging every aspect of life, we discover the strength that comes from embracing the ebb and flow of existence. Habit number 9, dwelling on the past. Dwelling on the past is akin to carrying a heavy backpack full of old stuff. It slows us down and makes the journey harder. This habit weakens our minds because it keeps us stuck in what's already happened, preventing us from fully enjoying the present or looking forward to the future. It's like trying to drive a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. We're likely to miss what's ahead. The teachings of Buddhism shed light on why dwelling on the past makes us mentally weak and offer guidance on how we can break free from these chains. In Buddhism, the practice of mindfulness teaches us to be present in the here and now. It's like opening the windows to let in fresh air, clearing out the stuffiness of dwelling on the past. When we dwell on what's behind us, it's like trying to walk backward. We might stumble and lose our way. By letting go of the past, we create space for new experiences and opportunities. Dwelling on the past also ties us to old wounds and grievances. It's like keeping a wound covered in a bandage long after it has healed. It hinders us from fully embracing life. Buddhism encourages us to practice forgiveness, not just for others, but also for ourselves. Forgiveness is like opening the door to release the past, allowing us to step into the present unburdened. The teachings of impermanence in Buddhism remind us that everything changes. It's like watching a river flow where the water never stays the same. When we cling to the past, it's like trying to freeze the river. It becomes stagnant and loses its vitality. By acknowledging the impermanence of all things, we free ourselves from the chains that bind us to past experiences. To overcome the habit of dwelling on the past, self-compassion is crucial. It's like offering a kind word to a friend in need. We deserve the same kindness. By treating ourselves with compassion and understanding, we break free from the self-imposed prison of regret and guilt. The past becomes a teacher rather than a jailer. Incorporating these teachings into our lives empowers us to let go of the chains that bind us to the past. By embracing mindfulness, forgiveness, and self-compassion, we create a path towards liberation. Breaking free from the habit of dwelling on the past allows us to step into the present with lightness and openness, ready to embrace the unfolding moments of our lives. Habit number 10, worrying about what others say and do. Worrying about what others say and do is akin to carrying around a heavy backpack filled with other people's thoughts. It burdens our minds and hinders our authenticity, weakening us as we tie our self-worth to external opinions. It's like sailing a boat that's tossed around by every passing wave. The teachings of Buddhism offer insights into why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can liberate ourselves from the shackles of constant judgment. In Buddhism, the practice of equanimity encourages us to remain balanced amidst the changing tides of praise and criticism. It's like standing on solid ground while the winds of opinions blow. We stay steady. When we worry too much about what others say, it's like building our house on shaky ground, vulnerable to every passing storm. By cultivating equanimity, we develop resilience in the face of external judgments. Judging ourselves based on others' opinions is like letting someone else hold the mirror. We see ourselves through their eyes, not our own. Buddhism teaches the importance of self-acceptance and authenticity. It's like wearing our favorite clothes instead of trying to fit into someone else's wardrobe. We express ourselves genuinely. By letting go of the need for constant approval, we break free from the limitations imposed by others' expectations. Mindfulness, a central theme in Buddhism, helps us become aware of our thoughts and reactions. When we worry about what others say, it's like being lost in a maze of opinions. Mindfulness acts as a guiding light, helping us find our way back to our true selves. By being present in the moment, we can observe these worries without getting entangled in them. To overcome the habit of worrying about others' opinions, self-love becomes a powerful antidote. It's like planting seeds of kindness within ourselves, which grow into a garden of self-acceptance. By recognizing our intrinsic worth and embracing our unique qualities, we build a shield against the arrows of external judgments. Incorporating these teachings into our lives liberates us from the mental weakness tied to worrying about what others say and do. By practicing equanimity, we cultivate inner peace and resilience amidst the changing tides of external influences. Embracing authenticity and cultivating self-love, we break free from the chains that bind us to external opinions. Breaking the habit of constant judgment allows us to navigate our own course, steering towards a life guided by inner strength and authenticity. The teachings of Buddhism provide a comprehensive guide to overcoming habits that make us mentally weak. By weaving mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom into the fabric of our daily lives, we can transcend negative patterns and cultivate enduring mental strength. This exploration serves as an invitation to embark on a transformative journey, integrating the profound teachings of Buddhism into the tapestry of our existence. May the wisdom of these teachings illuminate the path to a resilient and empowered mind, inspiring a life filled with purpose, compassion, and joy. Number 11. Resistance to change. Resistance to change is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that affects individuals, organizations, and societies alike. It encompasses a range of emotional, psychological, and behavioral responses to the prospect of altering established routines, beliefs, or structures. From a psychological standpoint, resistance to change often stems from a combination of fear, uncertainty, and attachment to the familiar. This resistance can manifest in various ways, including avoidance, denial, skepticism, and even outright defiance. At the heart of resistance to change lies the human instinct for self-preservation. Change represents a departure from the known and the predictable, introducing an element of uncertainty and risk into our lives. This uncertainty triggers a primal fear response as our brains perceive change as a potential threat to our safety and well-being. Consequently, we may instinctively resist any changes that challenge our sense of security or stability. Moreover, resistance to change is closely intertwined with our psychological need for control. Humans have a natural inclination to seek control over their environment and circumstances, as it provides a sense of autonomy and predictability. When faced with change, however, this sense of control is often disrupted, leaving us feeling vulnerable and powerless. As a result, we may resist change as a means of preserving our perceived control over our lives. Another significant factor contributing to resistance to change is our attachment to the familiar. Throughout our lives, we develop routines, habits, and relationships that form the fabric of our daily existence. These familiar patterns provide us with a sense of comfort, security, and identity. Consequently, any changes that disrupt these familiar patterns can trigger feelings of discomfort, anxiety, and even grief. We may resist change as a way of clinging to the familiarity of the past, even if it no longer serves us. Furthermore, resistance to change can also be fueled by cognitive biases and distortions in our thinking. For example, individuals may fall victim to the status quo bias, which predisposes them to favoring the existing state of affairs over potential alternatives. Similarly, confirmation bias may lead individuals to seek out information that confirms their existing beliefs and discount evidence that contradicts them, thereby reinforcing their resistance to change. In organizational contexts, resistance to change often arises from a combination of individual and systemic factors. Employees may resist changes to established workflows, policies, or procedures due to concerns about job security, loss of autonomy, or perceived threats to their status or expertise. Moreover, organizational cultures that are resistant to change can exacerbate individual resistance, creating a pervasive atmosphere of inertia and complacency. Despite its pervasive nature, resistance to change is not insurmountable. In fact, it is a natural and even necessary aspect of the change process. Resistance serves as a signal that individuals or organizations are grappling with the implications of change and may require additional support, information, or reassurance to navigate it successfully. From a psychological perspective, addressing resistance to change requires a combination of empathy, communication, and support. Leaders and change agents must acknowledge and validate individuals' concerns and emotions, providing them with a sense of psychological safety and empowerment. Open and transparent communication about the rationale, goals, and potential benefits of the proposed changes can help alleviate fears and uncertainty. Additionally, involving stakeholders in the change process and soliciting their input and feedback can foster a sense of ownership and buy-in, reducing resistance and increasing commitment to the change effort. In conclusion, resistance to change is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon rooted in our innate fear of the unknown, our need for control, and our attachment to the familiar. Whether in personal, organizational, or societal contexts, resistance to change can pose significant challenges to progress and innovation. However, by understanding the underlying psychological dynamics of resistance and employing strategies to address it effectively, individuals and organizations can navigate change with greater resilience and adaptability, ultimately embracing new opportunities for growth and development. Number 12. Lack of self-reflection. Lack of self-reflection is a common obstacle to personal growth and self-awareness. It refers to the tendency to avoid examining one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors critically and introspectively. Instead of taking the time to reflect on experiences, actions, and their underlying motivations, individuals may engage in habitual patterns of thought and behavior without question or examination. This lack of introspection can have several consequences, including stagnation in personal development, difficulty in navigating challenges and conflicts, and a limited understanding of oneself and others. Self-reflection is essential for fostering self-awareness, which is the foundation of emotional intelligence and resilience. Through self-reflection, individuals can gain insight into their strengths, weaknesses, values, and goals. They can identify patterns of behavior that may be holding them back or causing harm to themselves or others. By understanding their thought processes and emotional responses, individuals can learn to manage their emotions more effectively and make more informed decisions in their lives. Moreover, self-reflection is a crucial component of learning and growth. It allows individuals to evaluate their experiences and extract lessons and wisdom from them. By reflecting on past successes and failures, individuals can identify areas for improvement and set goals for personal and professional development. Without self-reflection, individuals may continue to repeat the same mistakes or miss opportunities for growth and learning. Furthermore, lack of self-reflection can hinder interpersonal relationships and communication. Without a deep understanding of oneself, individuals may struggle to empathize with others' perspectives and emotions. They may also have difficulty in recognizing and addressing their own biases, prejudices, and defensive behaviors that constrain relationships. Self-reflection fosters empathy, humility, and openness, enabling individuals to build stronger connections with others and navigate conflicts more constructively. In Buddhist philosophy, self-reflection is integral to the path of spiritual development and enlightenment. The practice of mindfulness, meditation, and introspection cultivates awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment or attachment. Through self-reflection, individuals can transcend the ego's illusions and recognize the interconnectedness of all beings. By cultivating compassion, wisdom, and ethical conduct, individuals can align their actions with their highest values and contribute to the well-being of themselves and others. Overcoming lack of self-reflection requires intentional effort and commitment to personal growth. Individuals can incorporate daily practices of mindfulness, journaling, or meditation into their routines to cultivate self-awareness and introspection. Seeking feedback from trusted friends, mentors, or therapists can also provide valuable insights and perspectives. By making self-reflection a priority in their lives, individuals can unlock their full potential and live more authentically and purposefully. Leave a like for this video and share it at least one time to help us reach more people. Spread the gospel and change more lives by comment using the word wisdom. To further support the dissemination of this message, consider sharing this video with a friend or family member. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications to stay updated with more content that nourishes the soul and uplifts the spirit. See you at next video.